MarketWatch published a list of 20 stocks that have a short interest higher than 19%. So minimum of 19% or more. And there is something funny to mention about AMC and GameStop, So let's look into exactly what they said, and we'll see how this is kind of bullish when it comes to people holding AMC and GameStop and maybe some of the other meme stocks. So these 20 stocks, according to MarketWatch, have a short interest of 19% or more. But this was funny. AMC and GameStop are not even on the top half, so the top 10. And there's something funny to it. So let's get into it. So the list. What is the list? The list starts with, companies such as like what? We have Upstarts, and then Rocket Gus, SiriusXM, WeWork, Carvana, Wayfair, Dick's Sporting Goods, UWM Holdings, Palo Alto, Ginkgo Bioworks, Lucid Group, ChargePoint, Teladoc, Nordstrom, Global Foundries, QuantumScape, Novavax, and then only around maybe 17, 18 place, we do have AMC with a short interest around 19.95%, so almost 20%. And then we have Shift4 Payments, and then we have GameStop at the very bottom, And they use these short interests that I think, they probably got from a place such as maybe Artex or S3 Partners or maybe Bloomberg. But the funny thing here, and which is actually the very bullish thing here, is none of these stocks except for AMC and GameStop, have the same amount of trading volume going through dark pools. Let me restate it one more time. If you take all of the 17 or 15 top on the 20 list that's published, they're accounting on the short interest by looking at data that been either disclosed or published by companies like S3 or Altex, which doesn't take into account the number of shares being traded outside of where people have access to. In other words, the dark pools. And we know for AMC and GameStop, for example, that dark pools can account for sometimes 75% of the whole trading volume in AMC, for example. So because it's dark pool, you don't have access to those data, to those platforms, as you will for any other stocks that they have here onto the top 20. So if AMC is already around 20% and GameStop, which is like huge, huge just by looking at textbook, references, can you imagine how much more in reality it is when you account for those, I don't know, maybe billions, multiple billions, potentially dozens of billions of shares being traded outside of the dark pool? It might be even 100%, or maybe, I don't know, way more. Nobody knows except for those people trading those stocks in those platforms, those dark pools. So if AMC is already on a high short squeeze candidate list, without taking into account that, well, it means that it may be on top of the list if we get all the numbers straight. In other words, this is really bullish. Why? It is bullish because it means that at any point, at any time, anything can just trigger this and blows it to what we saw, even way more than what we saw back in January of 2020. 2021 in June, when the stock went from 2 to 70. So if it's already at maybe 9 now, do you see a potential for this going from 9 to, I don't know, 250 or maybe 150, or maybe just passing the 72 or the 77 mark that we hit since AMC had been trading? Yeah, personally, I do, but I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comment section, please.